Hey everybody, Average Adversary here, bringing you a Mass Effect 3 commentary with some Battlefield 3 pre-patch gameplay. Now before I really get into my topic involving Mass Effect 3 and the gaming community at large, I have two side notes for you. The first being that this gameplay was recorded on a nice day when my buddy Tengu230 and I decided to try something different from Conquest. We patched up our wounds from our last MCOM outing and gave Rush another try. Luckily, we ended up in a squad with Ninja Jack and Nailbiter, and being so impressed with their PTFO skills, I decided to add them to my friends list. On Nailbiter's Battlelog profile, I found out he is a YouTube commentator as well, and I am now one of his many subscribers. You want to see some above average ass-kicking gameplay with commentary full of helpful tips? Go check out his channel, linked in the description. You will actually see me follow him and Ninja Jack a few times and initially play a little more cautiously than I usually do because at the time I had no idea what was the rush map layout for Tehran Highway. I even cut out a section of this gameplay where I was hill humping for a little while pondering one of DICE's great Battlefield 3 mysteries as to why my assault soldier seems incapable of climbing a low incline. My second side note is I've decided to start a new feature with my videos called Subscriber Requests, where all you guys have to do is send me a YouTube-friendly request in the comments section of my videos, and I will either try to fulfill that request or comment on why I couldn't or wouldn't fulfill what you asked of me. You can even send me a private message if you want your request to be a surprise when I upload a commentary pertaining to it. This idea came about because of my buddy Tengu230. I honestly can't remember how one of our conversations got to this point, but I asked Tengu which of the ladies from IGN would he date, Jessica Chobot or Naomi Kyle. He said neither. He would prefer to ask out Cherry Roberts. In case you have no idea who she is responsible for the... Is my wife around? No? Okay. Smoking hot Babeology pics on IGN. If you want to know more about her, just Google her name, but hey, don't do that until you finish listening to my commentary, or else you're probably gonna forget about me. Anyways, a few days later, again, I can't recall how I got to this point. I joked with my buddy that I should ask Cherry Roberts in one of my commentaries to go on a date with him. He actually repeatedly agreed I should do this, so Cherry Roberts, please consider going on a date with my buddy Tengu230, aka Alvin Garcia. And there we have it, my first subscriber request fulfilled. This can happen, folks. There is at least a 5% chance, I've calculated it. Because if you take my 50 subscribers, remove the 0 from that number, leaving what represents the amount of people who actively watch my videos, subtract 4, which represents the amount of years it'll take me to reach 100 subs, add 3, which is my favorite number, plus 1, which represents the percentage of Miss Roberts actually being single at this time, and BAM! 5%, son! I'm a mathematical genius! Okay, time to get serious. Now, my last video, Unfortunate Events, was to help gear towards this Mass Effect 3 commentary, and what I'm about to say you might not agree with, but I have no issue with constructive criticism. First, let me say that I'm a huge fan of Mass Effect 2 and the Mass Effect series in general, and Mass Effect 2 was my game of the year in 2010. Secondly, I have not purchased, but I still plan on getting Mass Effect 3 later this year. Thirdly, if you're not aware of this, there's a big controversy regarding the ending of Mass Effect 3, and yes, I've seen all the endings on YouTube. I spoiled it for myself, but don't worry, I won't ruin it for you if you're currently playing the game. In the description for this video, there is a link to a page containing quotations of BioWare staff describing how Mass Effect 3 will end, and these pre-release quotes represent the broken promises fans of the series are upset about. Basically, fans expected multiple endings representing the choices they have made since Mass Effect 1 and closure seeing what happens to the characters and universe they invested time in. Reading the quotations of BioWare staff members and after seeing the lackluster endings, or is it ending to be honest? I can understand how some people feel cheated of an amazing conclusion they imagined for the series, although I've read that the end of each act in Mass Effect 3 brings closure for certain characters and events. When I finally play the game, I'll know for sure. Now, after public outcry, BioWare is releasing an extended cut DLC that will not change the ending of the game, but will contain the information and context to satisfy disgruntled fans. Mass Effect gamers might see this as a victory for their cause, but I am concerned this will open a trend that can hurt the gaming industry as a whole. I have read comparison from gamers justifying their demand for BioWare to change Mass Effect 3's ending, such as, if you buy a product that was advertised to do certain things and in the end the product didn't do what was advertised, you should get your money back. Or in this case, get the ending you deserve. At the same time, I've seen gamers comment that the ending should not be changed because they view Mass Effect as a work of art, and that no one is demanding that bad movie or bad book endings be changed, so why do it for a video game? I look at it in this perspective. Mass Effect is a video game. Emphasis on game. A video game is an interactive game operated by a computer circuitry. A game is structured playing, usually undertaken for enjoyment, and key components of games are goals, rules, challenge, and interaction. Again, I'm stating I have not played Mass Effect 3, but for those who have, regardless of the ending, if you had fun while playing the game, few glitches, proper hit detection, and other core game mechanics intact, and you enjoyed the challenges and interactions presented in Mass Effect 3, then BioWare fulfilled the requirements of what a video game should be. Great graphics and a deep story should always be considered complementary to gameplay and fun factor in video games, because a game could have the greatest story ever written, but if it's not fun to play, then the game developers might as well have produced an interactive movie instead. I think about great games that came before Mass Effect 3 that had subpar endings, like what many consider, including myself, to be the greatest game ever, The Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time. That game has been remade and re-released on different consoles, yet the ending has not changed, and Link didn't even get to Zelda. Now, my concern is that because BioWare has committed themselves to releasing this extended cut DLC, gamers will feel they can demand changes in any game they deem unfit for the standards they envision for it. Mass Effect 3 fans might believe that Mass Effect's situation is special because it is a trilogy of events, but fans of any game will find their own special justification for what they expect from a game or games they are playing. Relating this issue to Battlefield 3, think of the recently announced Close Quarters DLC that is getting a lot of negative comments. It's not what the Battlefield series is about, and DICE is catering to the COD crowd and slapping Battlefield loyalists in the face, and let's boycott this DLC. I've also seen comments where people talk about innovation and game franchises never trying to do something different or original. And speaking of originality, let's be realistic. When it comes to first-person shooters, there's only so many ways you can pull a virtual trigger. But the Close Quarters DLC is coming with a new game mode, Conquest Domination, for the Battlefield series. Should DICE listen to the opinions of persons who feel this DLC has no place in the Battlefield franchise and stick only to what the franchise is known for? Or should DICE try something new? What do gamers really want? Twitter, Facebook, and other social networks, gaming forums, and YouTube are powerful tools to instantly share our thoughts, but unfortunately the media of today focuses on people's negative opinions and demands. So the negative opinions are brought to the forefront for game developers and publishers to deal with, and now a trend is starting where game companies are yielding to these demands. I might agree with people that the Mass Effect 3 colorful endings weren't that great. BioWare is content with only expanding upon their already established ending. Now, what happens to developers that crumble under pressure and completely rewrite what they have created? Do game developers prioritize the opinion of those who are unsatisfied with their work over those who fully support it? Bottom line is, it is impossible to satisfy everyone. Even critically acclaimed games like Ocarina of Time aren't praised by everyone. The unsatisfactory ending of Mass Effect 3 is unfortunate, and it's unfortunate that many gamers feel that hundreds of hours they have invested into this series was wasted because of 5 to 10 minutes of dissatisfaction. It is also unfortunate that people feel the time they spent on a game series allows them to, and sometimes very rudely, demand changes from a company filled with individuals who have spent years of their life crafting the series to their specific standards that they have admitted that they are proud of. Guys and gals, let's try to have fun gaming. There are so many great options to spend our money and time on, and so many positive aspects of these games to focus on instead of always pointing out the flaws. Anyways guys, this footage is about to wrap up. Spoiler alert, we're about to win. That's it for now. I hope you guys enjoyed my commentary, and let me know if you agreed or disagreed with my perspective. Likes and comments are always appreciated. And you're gonna see how much ownage Nailbiter did in this game. He's a freaking boss. Anyways guys, that's it for now. I'm out.